Let's discuss a few points about how one should not start learning to program. I have been learning different programming languages for several years now, and I have learned that there are a few things one should keep in mind while learning to program. The very first thing I want to talk about is learning all at once. When starting out something new, we have a nice beginning and a completion. However, in programming world, it's a bit different. You learn one programming language in the start and you get introduced to too many different ways to solve a problem. You eventually have to learn tooling and new ways to solve the same problem, the most optimal way, and ship a functional product at the end of the day. You might also force to learn a different programming language and frameworks depending on the job. So the point is to say that there is no clear end. You should keep learning and looking up information as you are building projects. Point number two I want to discuss is not practicing enough. Thinking you can learn programming just by reading or watching tutorials is a common misconception, especially among beginners. It's not a good way to learn programming by just watching tutorials of other people coding. Programming, like any other skill, requires practice, lots of practice. So, just passively consuming content is not a good approach. Instead, get your hands dirty, write code, break things, fix them, and repeat. The more you code, the better you will become. The point number three I want to talk about is jumping between languages without mastering one. It's also tempting to want to try everything when starting out, but constantly jumping between languages and frameworks is a recipe for confusion. So pick one language in the start and stick with it until you have got a solid grasp of programming fundamentals. Once you have mastered the basics in one language, it will be much easier to pick up others. Point number four I want to discuss is not debugging your own code. Let's first talk about the importance of debugging. It's also tempting to immediately ask for help or look up solutions when your code doesn't work as expected. But resist that urge. Debugging is a crucial skill for any programmer. When you encounter errors, take the time to read error messages, use debugging tools, and try to solve the bugs yourself first. This process will deepen your understanding and make you a more self reliant, or I should say, a confident coder. That's it from me. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.